Good morning, Robertsdale UMC and friends of Robertsdale UMC. This is Pastor Jonathan with today's Daily Devo, and I want to give you a little foretaste of Bible study tonight. We'll be doing our last Bible study on the Songs of Ascents, Psalm 124 through Psalm 134, Psalm 120, through Psalm 134. The 15 Psalms that faithful Jews would sing on their way up to Jerusalem for the annual feasts and festivals. And I'm going to read this morning an excerpt from Eugene Peterson's Along Obedience in the Same Direction. His book has really been giving shape and structure to our Bible study as we go through these Psalms. But first I want to read the translation of Eugene Peterson in the message of Psalm 134. It says, "Come, bless God, all you servants of God, you priests of God, posted to the night watch in God's shrine. Lift your praising hands to the holy place and bless God. In turn, may God of Zion bless you, God who made heaven and earth." So tonight we're going to be talking about blessing as we share in this last session together. And I want to read an excerpt of what Eugene Peterson talks about as a foretaste into tonight's study. He writes in this chapter on Psalm 134 a little passage known as "Feelings Don't Run the Show." And he says, we are invited to bless the Lord. We are commanded to bless the Lord. But then as soon as we are, someone says, but I don't feel like it. You there? In 2020, are you there? And I won't be a hypocrite. I can't bless God if I don't feel like blessing God. It wouldn't be honest. Or maybe it wouldn't be authentic. It wouldn't be truthful. The biblical response to that is found in the middle of Psalm 134, which Eugene Peterson translates that middle verse as, "Lift up your praising hands to the holy place and bless God." You can lift up your hands regardless of how you feel. It is a simple motor movement. You may not be able to command your heart, but you can command your arms. Lift your arms in blessing, and just maybe your heart will get the message and also be lifted up in praise. We are psychosomatic beings. Do you know that? Our bodies and our spirits are intricately connected and interrelated. So going through the motions of blessing God can also pick up our spirit so that it will pick up the cue and follow along. As John Calvin writes in his commentary on the Psalms, "For why do men lift their hands when they pray? Is it not that their hearts may be raised at the same time to God?" So, act your gratitude, pantomime your thanks, and you will become that which you do. I want to invite you beginning today to possibly begin an exercise that I do every Thanksgiving, and I actually owe this to a pastor mentor of mine that I served under at Shalimar UMC, Pastor Philip McVeigh. Philip had a habit that I just thought, there's no way I could do this, but he does it every Thanksgiving, and sure enough, I tried it, and I was able to do it, and I've done it every Thanksgiving since, and that is making a list of 100 things you are grateful for. So I'm going to be doing that this Thanksgiving. In fact, I wanted to give myself a head start because it's never too early or too late to practice gratitude. And as Eugene Peterson says, when we don't feel like it, sometimes by going through the motions and by choosing to do it, by exercising gratitude, we actually feel more grateful. By practicing our faith, by practicing our praise, we start to recognize our blessings. I was overhearing some Christian friends recently, and one person was going through a really hard time, and the other friend started telling this person, "You are a blessed person," and they started recounting the person's blessings. Now, one thing I need to say right on the outset is that this was not done in a spirit of denial or minimizing what the person was going through. But what this Christian friend knew was that the antidote to the person who was suffering and only seeing the negative of their situation was knowledge of blessing, because gratitude is the proper response to blessing. And when we recognize all the ways in which God has blessed us, all of a sudden we start to feel more grateful, which then makes us feel more encouraged and hopeful so that we're able to face the trials and the negatives in life and the stress and the anxieties with faith instead of fear and hope instead of despair. So join us for Bible study tonight at 6 p.m., either in person in the fellowship hall or right here on Facebook Live or our website. And I would challenge you to go ahead and begin to consider making a list of thanks for this Thanksgiving. You can even start today. It's not too early. Maybe do a couple a day and see if by the time you get to Thanksgiving, you can name 100 things that you are grateful for. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for you. I am grateful for the chance to be able to speak and share and do life with you as pastor. So thank you, and God bless you. Grace and peace.